welcome to the video. Today we're going to have a look at what I'm using. This is a 2025 Studio Tour. One of the biggest differences between my old setups and now is that I used to have a lot more samplers in the studio. It was always about swapping samplers. I kind of gave that up. I decided just to go with one, just use one sampler. Of course, the mpcheadz is my go-to sampler. That's what I use. I do have the Octatrack as well. I'm recording this video as well, so people like to know what I use. I use a Blackmagic 6K Pro camera with some lenses. I record everything there, record my audio over here, or I record my audio from the instruments straight into my audio interface right there. Everything gets put together inside of DaVinci Resolve where I edit my videos. I have lighting as well. That's in the studio whenever I need lighting. There it is. And that's kind of like what's in the background. Got a camera, a few lenses, lighting, and that's how I do it. Now let's jump into the studio, into the instruments. The MPC, this is the brains of the studio. This is what I work with. As I said, I had a lot of samplers. I decided to cut down and just pick the one that I like to use, and this is the one I like to use the most. This is the mpcheadz SE. This is where I do everything, sample into it, record my instruments into it, and I sequence everything inside of this. I mix as well here. I don't master because I like mastering with my outboard gear. Then I have this other sampler, which is I got this more for the creative side of things. Sometimes I sample into it before I send the samples over here. It's here for a few things, more for the creative side. I don't make beats on it unless I want to, but typically it's just here for expanding my creativity because I love the sequencer from Electron, and that's why it is sitting right here. So the Octatrack, of course, well known. In the back, I got the analog heat, and that is for mastering purposes. So yeah, I use it when I make a beat and I want to master. I'll send it through that. I got the record player right here. I got records in the back where I sample from. I honestly sample from everything, not just records. Got this cute little light here. It's actually very good because my other light is so big that it just lights up everything. And this, if I want to kind of point to just a section or just light up a smaller place, this is really handy. This is really nice for me to get some headshots as well. I got my speakers as well. I don't know if you see that, the Adams. I'm more of a headphone guy, and I've been using the Allo Audio. These are the SX5 right there. S5X, amazing sounding. And when I say amazing, not because they sound great, like it doesn't have any enhanced low end or a high end. It's just very flat, which is perfect if you want to get a good mix. So I mix on these. I do have the Adams speakers, which I've had for years now. They're great as well, but I use them just to, just to listen to music, or sometimes just to be in the studio playing. But if I'm making beats, I'm making beats on these. I have my other headphones, which are the akai, and they're great because they are Bluetooth, which means you can just walk around in the studio, go to my drums, play, come back. I got the reel-to-reel here as well. Let's talk about that. I got it in, and to be honest, I wasn't expecting much from it, but it turned out to be a great purchase. Typically, I would use tapes, just the regular cassette tapes, and it was okay, but it was never really something that wowed me or anything. Not now, maybe near the end of the year or something like that. I might invest on a nice reel-to-reel because this one is proven to be really nice, and I like the sound that I get out of it. And I'll use that for mixing and mastering. I love running my drums through it. But anything really, the Rhodes, my Moog, anything. Everything here is connected to, or anything in the studio is connected to my mixer, the Tascam. So here is the Tascam 2400. This is the input and output of my MPC. And this becomes the audio interface of the MPC. So all the inputs can be routed straight inside of the MPC, which really changed the way how I work in the studio. Yeah, this is the remote for the TV. I watch films all the time. I just have films playing all the time, which is cool because I can also sample straight off film via this mixing board right here. So I connect everything right there. Everything's plugged in, ready to go. My Moog, all the instruments that you're seeing here are connected to the machine. I used to own a patch bay, but this becomes the patch bay in itself because it's so easy to route signals inside of the MPC. I can just say that whatever comes through here can go into this other channel. There's inserts here as well, which I can use. This is from the III, in case you're wondering. These are the headphones, Bluetooth. They're just connected here to the headphones of the Tascam. So whenever I want to use anything, any mic, any setting here in the studio, I'll just increase the volume. Sometimes I don't even need to increase it because I'll just go into the MPC and just route the input to the sampler, to an audio track, whatever it is. And I don't even need to bring this up because the signal, as it comes in, it goes straight into the MPC. And I can use the EQs and everything. I can also mix analog. I can send all the outputs straight through here. Right here on the side, I have my mastering chain. I use it for mastering. I don't use it for mixing, although I might start doing that in the future a bit more. I got compressor, EQ, compressor. I've talked about this in detail in another video. So nothing changed here. I got my audio interface as well. So I always master with these things. This is always on my output, always. And I just got a new one that you might see in the back. That's the Tegeler. That's another compressor that just came in, and I'm gonna start using that as well. Of course, I got my computer right here, so this will be connected to my audio interface as I record the whole signal into this. This is now connected to the computer and record everything into Logic where everything gets limited. Then I put a limiter on things. Mostly that's what I use this for. I don't make music with it. I just edit videos with it and record my outputs. My beloved Starship. Like, this is where I lose countless hours just coming up with little sounds that end up on sound packs. The Moog, of course, the Moog 1, very expensive, but truly a dream of a synth. It's a 16 voice synth, fully analog, 3 VCOs. These are actually 3 synths in one. I'm not going to talk much about this, but yeah, this is where I just lose a lot of time coming up with strange little sounds that then I use on top of my beats. It's funny because I don't tend to play much as I'm making the beat. I just really like to have sessions, really long sessions of me just coming up with sounds and recording everything as I go, and then chopping everything up and putting it on folders, which kind of became my way of working. You know, just always, and I do the same thing with the Rhodes. I play it for hours and record everything, and then chop everything, put it inside of a folder. And then these are things that, you know, whenever I want the sound of the Rhodes, I just go to my folders of Rhodes and kind of find something that's inspiring that I've done, and I'll put it on the beat. This just came in. It's the Tegeler Vari-Tube compressor. So it's a compressor for your mastering, mixing. It has tubes on the inside. I'm excited to work with this. I'm going to do it actually after I make this video. This I don't use as much. I've had this for like decades now. Now and again I plug it in, but yeah, it's a tape delay. And then I have a guitar here in the back, which is another of these things that I do where I just connect the guitar and I just come up with effects on the MPC, or, you know, just record things into it, weird sounds, chords. I'm not a big player of any of these instruments. I've always sampled, but I've been learning the keys. Of course, now I can play keyboards. I know my way around keys. But I love to just create sound and just sound design a lot of the stuff. And that's what I do with these instruments and the guitar as well. Plug the guitar, come up with chords, weird sounds. Of course, I have a drum set in the back there where I play as well. The drums get recorded through the mixer. Everything runs through the mixer into the MPC. Again, the MPC is the head and the heart of the studio. Everything goes into the MPC. Everything gets chopped. Everything gets treated inside of the MPC. And that's it. Of course, I got my record collection in the back. This is it. Like my tour of the studio as of 2025 is closed. I want to get more gear because I'm a fan of gear. And as well, a lot of people say you don't need gear. Honestly, I don't think you need any of these things to make music. I'm not, I think you can just make music off a laptop. And if I had to make music from a laptop, I would probably just pick Ableton and do it in Ableton. I've worked with Ableton a few times. And I think these are like luxury items in the sense that, if you love what you do, and I extremely love what I do, and I love having these things, and I'm a tactile kind of guy, and all these things make sense to me because I love spending hours on them and just having fun with them. So sometimes it's not about the need per se. It's about enjoying your craft. And that's why I have a lot of these instruments. So that was it. That was a quick tour of the studio. Typically, I'm on the MPC chopping samples, or I'm sound designing, just taking a full day just to play with the Moog, or a full day just to play with the Rhodes, chopping everything. And then when I'm ready, I'll go into the MPC and I start creating things. And it all comes from these sessions that I have, or just digging sessions of me just trying to find samples. So I do that a lot nowadays. And I have to say, I might make a video talking about this. I really enjoy this process of not just being in front of the MPC and, just chopping and making the beat. I really love just taking time to enjoy the instrument, play the instrument, and it not caring about making the beat or anything like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you haven't subscribed, come on, I'm reaching 90K. It's taken me a long time to do it. But hey, it'd be great if you go and subscribe as well. And that's it. Please leave a comment and a like. Thank you so much for watching, all right? You have a great day. Peace.